Hi, this is Ronnie, and this is the fourth challenge with Crafty Meggy, Megan, and it's a grid style layout. And I'm going to be using these pictures right here, and they are pictures I took at Burger King. And so the title's going to be My View at Burger King because, yeah, I didn't have a very good view of the kids. They were like caged up, and so I didn't have a very good way to take pictures. And the paper I'm going to use is called Photo Freedom, and I think it's American Crafts. I got it on one of those daily deal things, and it came like quite a few packages, and like some of it's Christmas and other holidays and different styles, and they each have like 6 pages I think in there plus a sticker sheet. And this is the first time I opened it, so I didn't know that that there was so much cut-aparts in there. Yeah, I didn't have much paper at all, and I thought I'd be able to work with it, but yeah, with all the layering that I do, it don't work quite as well. And this is like my 7th or 8th voiceover. Yeah, so I am not going to talk about the layout. It don't match anyway. So I'm not going to talk about what I'm doing. I'm going to more talk about other things. Because, yeah, it's not going to match no matter how many times I've tried. I've turned the computer off. I've turned the computer back on. You name it, I've done it. And so I decided this voiceover, I'm not going to talk about what I'm doing right then at all because it's not going to match and it's not going to work. I don't know what the problem is. It's probably because my computer is so old. I don't know. It happened a couple times before, but it hasn't happened recently. And so, yeah, I'm just going to... I don't know about rambling for 17 minutes because that's how long this is. It was 3 hours. And I don't know if it's because I've clipped so very, very much out of here. But, yeah, I had a big problem. And so I just talk about things I'm going to do on the layout maybe. But like my pictures are like 2.75 inches a piece. And the top pictures are like, well, the little squares are 3 inches. And then the ones in the middle are 3 by 4 because I wanted to use one of the cut-aparts and it says "You Are My Heart." And so I decided to use that in the middle and make where everything didn't match. But yeah, nothing matches on here as far as the voice and the video. But so I'm just, like I said, not going to talk about it. I thought I cut enough out. You know, like I said, it was 3 hours long. I'm going to the parts I cut out mostly is the parts with the trimmer and using the corner chomper because that took up a lot of time. This is like my 3rd or 4th time doing a grid style layout, and the other times that I did it, I determined what size I was going to have my grid, what size the squares were going to be, and I went ahead and cut everything out ahead of time. And on this one I didn't. I kind of cut as you go, and it seemed to take a whole lot longer. Yeah, I'd stop and cut. I kept picking my paper trimmer up and putting my paper trimmer down, picking my corner chomper up, putting my corner chomper down. And that took up a whole lot of time in the 3 hours, doing it a little bit at a time. But like I said, I cut it down to like 17 minutes by cutting a lot of that out. So that might be why everything's not evening up. And I did have different speeds on here. Like a couple times I sped up 8 times when I was doing something that I thought, I could speed up on. So maybe that's it. I don't know. But whatever it is, I'm going to just not even talk about it. Not talk about what's going on at all. Yeah. I will talk about my pictures a little bit, though. This was a Burger King, and it had like a room for the play area. And the tables that you sat at were outside the room. And then on the inside of the room is like a square for them to change their shoes and stuff in, but no place to really sit other than a little bench for them to take their shoes off. And it wasn't a very big bench. And then everything else was closed in. And other than me going in and taking the pictures, I went ahead and sat at the table because I could still see them racing through there. I mean, full of energy, nonstop. And they come out and got drinks of their soda every now and then, but they ate before they went in because the rules are you eat first, then you go play. And Charlie, she's a little slower than everybody else eating. She don't eat very fast at all, and she don't eat very much. She eats all day long, but she don't eat much at a meal because, like I said, she eats all day long. She's always hungry. She just don't eat much at a time. She just does it very often. And the other two hardly ever snack, and they eat really good meals. But I usually take half of her food out and set it over with mine, and if she wants it, I give it back to her, which on occasion she does. But I like to be realistic, and I don't want her sitting there trying to finish it when she can't. So I don't want her to miss out on playtime with the other kids. And I know that they're going to finish theirs because they always do. But like I said, it wasn't a very, photo-friendly Burger King. You couldn't take very good pictures at all, but at least I got some. And I don't know if I said on this one or not because, like I said, I've done so many voiceovers on this. But the pictures are 2.75 inches. Did I say 2.5? 2.75 inches. And it was perfect for the little square in the, I don't know if you'd call that a chain link. No, it's not really chain link because it was solid. But you can see it on the picture with Reagan. It was pretty solid. Kind of remind me of a dog pen or something. But they were in there and they weren't coming out except through the one little opening. Of course, I did notice there was a doorway in the back to go around the outside of the back, so I guess workers can go in there and clean. So if one of them got stuck or hurt or something, there was another way to go in. But, yeah, they were pretty closed up in there. And I thought, I got to take a picture of this. I thought, it's pretty drastic. The Burger King I have in town, it's got the tables right there. It does have the area closed in, but I think it's probably got 6 tables right there in that area so that you're right there with them. And it's not as closed up either. But I thought this one was a little different. And of course, I think part of the reason this took so long too, besides the cutting all the squares and the corner chopping, was I was having a hard time deciding what to put where, what to use where, because I had to stretch what solid cardstock paper that I had, and I did take some off cut aparts, like one side would actually be something printed, and then the other side would be like polka dots or stripes or whatever, and I'd use that trying to make this go farther. But yeah, if I'd thought ahead and used something different, it might have been easier and I might have got it done quicker. But yeah, I think I've determined that's the reason the voice is off, because I have got like a gazillion clips here where I cut out so much trying to make it shorter than 3 hours. And no matter what I do, it wasn't working, and I've finally decided this is the last voiceover, and I'm just not going to talk about what I'm doing right at that moment. But I do use some wood veneer letters for Burger King, and I think they're Lawn Fawn, maybe? I've had them a couple years. It's been a while. I've seen them on a lot of people's layouts, so a lot of you have had them. And I use the other letters that I use for the My View are from the sticker sheet. And at first I put the My View on a piece of the cut apart that's white, and it just kept bugging me. I kept looking at it and thinking, man, you know, I that looks awful stark white right there when everything else isn't. And so I ended up putting some magic mesh under the My View and adding it in a couple more places on the layout so that it's got the yellow there. And then there's a cut apart I use as a circle, so I cut it in half and use one, half in two different places. But then I think, man, I need one more. And so I cut out another circle and put it in a third place. But yeah, there's a few things I put in three places. I put the twine in three places. See, what else did I put in three places? I don't remember. You'd think as many voiceovers that I've done that I would remember. But no, I don't remember. And I use one of the stickers. I put some powder on the back so that it's not sticky, so I can have it more dimensional. And pop it up. And the foam tape that I use is from Big Lots. It's not very thick, and I like it really well because it's not very thick, because I'm all about dimension. Yeah, I love embellishments and dimension. And so when I get done with my layout and stick it in my album just gets thicker and thicker, and pretty soon it don't shut as well. So 3-ring binders is what I started buying because it's my dimension, and the 3-ring binders go a lot better together than those little thinner ones that have 20 pages. Yeah. So yeah, I like the 3-ring binder ones. And now that I have a Hobby Lobby in town, I can get them more often. Like every time I need one, I can just go there, use 40% off coupon, and get one. Before, I'd give up because I didn't want my layouts just sitting there, and I'd go ahead and buy one at Walmart. And those would be kind of full and thick by the time I got done. But I didn't take them out. I just, when I'd finally get to go to a Hobby Lobby, get me another one of the 3-ring binders. But, like I said, Megan is doing the challenge today too, and her video's probably uploaded because I have had so much trouble. Let's see, looking at the clock, I'm almost 3 hours behind, and this still has to render and it has to upload, so yeah, I'm gonna be a lot behind her. And but check out her video and her grid style layout. And she's also having a challenge. It ends Wednesday, so you've got time to do it. It ends October 15th, and she's giving away some chamel, I believe it is. Yeah, she ordered stuff for her giveaway, and I believe it was chamel. And I still have to do that layout because I want to get in on the challenge too. I want to support my buddy. But like I said, it ends Wednesday, so you do have time. And I'll probably be doing a challenge again pretty soon, I'm thinking. I'm almost at 750 subscribers, so yeah, I'm thinking I might do a challenge pretty soon. I gotta just decide what. I think it'll probably be after I'm not working no more, so I can spend more time on thinking what I want to do for the challenge. But yeah, love challenges. That's why I'm doing these with Megan, because they make me think outside of the box. Even though when I got these pictures and was looking at them trying to decide what to do, I thought a grid style layout would be the best for them. I had never done them, so I've had them a while. And when she said grid style layout for this one, I thought, oh, I think I know which pictures I'm going to use. And so, yeah, I'm using these because I was going to have to cut away most of the picture anyhow. So, yeah, it worked out great. But I used twine on here, and the twine I got free from the crop that I went to. Yeah, when you go to the crop here in town at the local scrapbook store, everybody goes home a winner. Yeah, it may not be a whole lot. Well, I think it was like 10 yards of twine. So, yeah, that was a lot. I was pretty happy with it, and that's what I won that day. And but she usually has a really nice door prize, as she calls it. and everybody's name goes in that, but then she has the smaller prizes, and sometimes it's a sticker sheet or a few pieces of paper or something, that match, that coordinate or something. And but everybody wins something. She has everything laid out on the table, and she has a number on them, and then she ends up drawing a name, and whatever number she said she's drawing for that time, you win. So I was pretty happy with the twine. It's teal colored, teal and white, so it's a popular color, that you can use with everything. And I am thinking that we might be getting close to the end of the video. Yeah. According to this, I am. But, my voice is probably even farther ahead than that because that's how it's been. I mean, it got off like 5 minutes by the end of the video on the others. So that's why I'm not talking about what's actually in front of me. And it's hard. I'm looking at it and I keep wanting to say something about what I'm seeing. And, no, I can't because it won't match anyway. And you're thinking, what in the world is she talking about? And you're probably thinking now, oh, she's rambling way too much. No telling what all you're thinking about what I'm saying. But Megan and I plan on doing another challenge next week. And if you decide to do the grid layout, just leave a link below if you do it, in your comment. And so we can see what your grid layout is like. Or just tag us on Facebook if you don't do videos, and we can check out your grid layout on Facebook. We both have Facebook. Mine, of course, is Ronnie Sue Scrapper. I did have my name, and can you believe it? My brother-in-law complained about all the Crafty feeds that he was getting. Yeah, he said that it seems like I was doing all kinds of Crafty stuff. So yeah, I have two, and I'm hardly ever on the one with my name. I just check to see if I got new family pictures that I can steal off Facebook and get kind of update thing. But most of the time I just stay under the Ronnie Sue Scrapper. And a few that don't mind the craftiness, yeah, they're my friends on Facebook, the family members that don't mind. But yeah, I will make another one just so that they won't have to see all the crafty goodness that I love and you all love. But yeah, my brother-in-law complained. I just can't understand that. And he actually did it to my face. He says, boy, you like craft stuff, don't you? And I said, yeah. And he says, I'm getting my feed just full of craft stuff. And I said, sorry. And then I thought, well, others have a different Facebook page for their scrapbooking and crafty stuff. So I guess I could do that too. Made a happy family member, and apparently, from what I hear, a few more. But that's my layout, and I want to show the pictures now. I even had a hard time with the pictures. Yeah, my camera, it just wouldn't take pictures, and I kept trying and trying. And then I noticed the little door that closes the battery. It kept showing the battery. It's broke. It's actually cracked all the way across. I put super glue on it and got another camera and took the pictures. Oh, and somehow or another I must have cut out the one with the arrows, because I do have 3 arrows on here. And you can see the little lightning one. Oh, I'm not supposed to talk about the pictures because no telling where my voice is at. But there is some arrows on here too. And I must have accidentally cut that out. But again, thank you all so very much for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you like, and leave a comment. I love comments, and I will respond to your comment. Thanks again for watching. Bye.